It begins the moment you stop believing that what you want is somewhere outside of you. The first step is never hard work, struggle, or convincing the world to give you something. It is quietly realizing that your desire already exists within your own consciousness. Creation is already complete. Every possible version of life already exists, including the one you long to experience. Your role is not to create it from nothing, but to accept it as yours. You do not overcome circumstances by fighting them. You do not beg life to change. The greatest act of power is much simpler. You relax. Relaxation is not giving up. It is faith expressing itself. When you relax, you silently declare that there is nothing left to force because what you desire already belongs to you. As tension disappears, your awareness naturally aligns with the reality you want. Instead of clinging to fear and uncertainty, you surrender into certainty. And that shift changes everything. Then comes trust. Trust is the invisible force that allows the unseen to become visible. It is the confidence that what has been accepted within must eventually appear without. A trusting mind no longer worries about the timing or the path. It simply rests in the knowing that it is already done. When your inner conviction is complete, questions about how or when lose their importance. Expectation gives life to faith. Expecting your desire now is not wishful thinking or arrogance. It is the natural response of someone who already identifies with the fulfilled version of themselves. Time reflects the state you occupy. If you genuinely feel like the person who already has what they desire, the outer world has no choice but to move in that direction. Delays are not created by reality, but by lingering doubt. Live today as though your wish has already become fact. Speak with quiet confidence, move with calm assurance, and let your environment catch up to the truth you have already accepted inside. The secret is beautifully simple. The instant you relax, trust, and expect, life begins arranging itself around your inner certainty. So don't postpone your faith until tomorrow. Choose it today. Relax into your desire, trust that it is unfolding, and expect to see evidence of it, because the moment you accepted it within, the process had already begun. Everything that exists in your world first existed as imagination. Before anything becomes physical, it is born as an idea, an image, or a feeling within the mind. Every building, invention, friendship, and achievement was once nothing more than an unseen vision held by someone who believed in it. The visible world is always a reflection of the invisible one. Once you understand this, imagination is no longer just fantasy. It becomes the creative power through which reality takes shape. When you imagine with genuine feeling, you are planting a seed. And just as no gardener digs up a newly planted seed to check whether it is growing, you must not keep disturbing your inner creation with doubt. See it clearly, feel it completely, accept it as real. The unseen becomes real the moment it is conceived in consciousness. Physical reality is simply the gradual expression of what you have already embraced within. Hold your inner picture with confidence, and life will quietly reorganize itself to match it. Opportunities will appear, unexpected meetings will happen, doors will open in ways you could never have planned. These are not accidents, they are the natural harvest of the seeds you planted in imagination. Because of this, be mindful of what you repeatedly entertain in your mind. Fear, worry, and limitation are also seeds. The law does not judge whether your imagination is positive or negative. It simply reflects whatever you consistently accept as true. If you repeatedly give life to fear, fear eventually becomes experience. But if you consistently imagine love, abundance, freedom, and success until they feel natural, those experiences must also find expression. True ownership begins in consciousness. You possess something long before you physically touch it. The outer world eventually mirrors the identity you have already accepted within yourself. If you remain loyal to an inner vision of joy, freedom, and fulfillment, even while present circumstances seem to disagree, those circumstances cannot remain unchanged forever. Imagination is the beginning of every creation. Treat your inner world like a carefully tended garden. Plant only the experiences you truly wish to harvest. Then trust the process. What you consistently see and accept within will, without fail, become the life you eventually walk into. Relaxation is the bridge between desire and fulfillment. The restless mind believes effort alone creates change. Yet, constant struggle only reinforces the feeling that something is missing. Chasing confirms distance. Straining confirms lack. Real power is found in surrender, in calm confidence rather than endless effort. Stillness is not weakness. It is the quiet confidence of someone who already knows. In stillness, doubt loses its grip. Your attention shifts away from appearances and returns to the inner world where every creation begins. That is why relaxation is a bridge. It carries you from wanting into having, Think about moments when you obsessed over something you wanted. The more you analyzed it, the more distant it seemed. Then remember the times you finally let go. You stopped forcing, relaxed, and simply knew it would happen. Somehow, everything unfolded with surprising ease. What looked like luck was simply reality responding to your changed state. Relaxation is alignment. It is choosing fulfillment over frustration. In that peaceful state, you breathe like the person who already has what they desire. You move through life as that version of yourself. This is not passive wishing, it is living from the fulfilled state. When you relax, you stop resisting, and when resistance disappears, life flows naturally. Just as water moves freely through an open river, your desires move easily through a mind that trusts instead of fears. Make calmness a daily practice. Breathe deeply. Quiet the voice of doubt. See your desire clearly. Then rest in the certainty that it is already complete. At that moment, you are no longer chasing, you are receiving. And just as every seed knows exactly how to grow, your desire already knows how to become reality. Relax, trust, expect, and allow it to unfold. Faith becomes truly powerful the moment it transforms into expectation. Belief alone is invisible, but expectation gives it direction, energy, and momentum. It is faith expressed as certainty. When you expect your desire to become real, you are no longer wondering if it can happen. That question has already been answered within you. Expectation says, "It is already mine, and I know it is on its way." There is a great difference between hoping and expecting. Hope still carries uncertainty. It waits for confirmation. Expectation carries quiet confidence. It rests in the assurance that what has been accepted inwardly must eventually appear outwardly. That calm certainty sends a silent message to life itself. People, opportunities, and circumstances naturally begin aligning with the reality you have already embraced within. Expectation always lives in the present. It does not postpone fulfillment to some distant future. When you expect today, you declare that now is the moment your desire can reveal itself. The instant you stop saying someday and begin living as though it is already unfolding, your entire state changes. You become ready to receive because your mind, emotions, and actions are already in harmony with your desired outcome. Imagine inviting someone important into your home. If you genuinely expect them to arrive today, you prepare. You organize your space, make everything ready, and wait with confidence. You do not keep questioning whether they will ever come. Your preparation reflects your expectation. The same is true for your desires. When you truly expect them now, your thoughts, your words, and even your behavior naturally reflect the fact that they already belong in your life. Many people unknowingly keep their dreams out of reach because they constantly place them in the future. They keep saying, "One day it will happen," and life faithfully mirrors that belief by keeping fulfillment one day away. But the moment you claim your desire in the present without hesitation, you shorten the distance between wanting and having. Expectation does not struggle or force outcomes. It rests in quiet assurance, knowing that what is true within must soon become visible without. Living with expectation changes the way you see the world. Instead of searching for evidence that your desire is absent, you begin noticing signs that everything is moving into place. Your faith becomes active. You stop waiting endlessly and start expecting confidently. When you truly believe today could be the day, life responds to that certainty, and your world begins reorganizing itself around your conviction. Doubt, however, creates the opposite effect. Doubt is not harmless hesitation. It is resistance in motion. Every time you question your desire, you move away from it rather than toward it. Doubt weakens the power of imagination and interrupts the confidence that allows manifestation to unfold. It encourages you to focus on what is missing, and by constantly looking for obstacles, it makes those obstacles seem increasingly real. Trust moves in a completely different direction. Trust creates harmony within you. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs all point toward the same destination. There is no inner conflict pulling you backward. In that unified state, your desire has room to grow naturally. Trust becomes the fertile ground where the seed of imagination develops without interference. Life reflects whatever you consistently believe about yourself and your reality. If part of you believes while another part questions, your outer experiences often reflect that same inconsistency. Mixed emotions create mixed results. It is not because life is working against you, but because your inner state is divided. When you choose complete trust, the reflection becomes clear. The outer world begins matching the confidence you hold inside. Trust does not require knowing every detail. It does not demand explanations for how or when things will happen. It simply rests in the certainty that your desire already exists and that its arrival is inevitable. Doubt constantly searches for proof before believing. Trust believes first, allowing proof to follow. Ironically, releasing the need for constant evidence often allows results to appear much faster. As trust deepens, everything about you changes. Your words become more confident, your actions carry quiet certainty. You naturally behave like someone who already possesses what they desire. That inner transformation silently communicates with life, and life responds accordingly. Opportunities appear, relationships shift, unexpected doors open, and circumstances begin working together, not by coincidence, but because you are no longer opposing your own vision. Doubt stretches time by convincing you nothing has happened yet. Trust shortens time because it accepts fulfillment as already complete. While doubt keeps looking ahead, trust stands firmly in the present and says it is done. What others call miracles are often nothing more than the natural result of someone who has removed inner resistance and allowed life to flow freely. Ask yourself where you truly stand. If you spend your days waiting, questioning, or hoping, doubt is quietly directing your experience. But if you choose calm confidence, unwavering trust, and the feeling that your desire is already fulfilled, you create the conditions for rapid transformation. The world does not invent your reality, it reflects it. Stand firmly in trust and watch your outer life begin mirroring the certainty you have accepted within. What we call time is simply a way for the mind to organize experience. It is not the force that creates your future. Every possibility already exists. Every version of your life is already complete. Nothing new is being built. Creation is finished. Once you understand this, the burden of waiting disappears. There is nothing to force into existence because your desired reality already exists. Somewhere within infinite possibility, the version of you who already has everything you seek is real right now. Manifestation is simply shifting your awareness to that version of yourself. Time does not create your desire. Acceptance reveals it. Think about remembering an old experience. You are not traveling back in time. You are reconnecting with a state that already exists in consciousness. The same principle applies to what you call the future. The moment you vividly imagine yourself already living your desire, you are connecting with a reality that already exists. You are not inventing it. You are simply becoming aware of what has always been available. You are not creating a new reality. You are simply becoming aware of one that already exists. That is the true power of imagination. It allows you to move beyond the illusion of time and step into a reality that has always been available. The belief that your desire belongs to some distant future is one of the greatest deceptions of the mind. The moment you believe it is coming someday, you unconsciously admit that it is not yours now, and that belief keeps it just out of reach. Instead, accept that it is already complete. The instant you do, the illusion of waiting begins to disappear. You stop looking toward tomorrow because fulfillment becomes something you experience today. Reality then starts arranging itself around the decision you have already made within. Think of a radio receiver. Every station is broadcasting at the same time, whether you listen or not. You never create the station by tuning in. You simply connect to the one that already exists. Your desires work in exactly the same way. Every possible version of your life is already present. All you have to do is align your inner state with the version where your wish has already been fulfilled. The moment your inner frequency changes, that reality begins revealing itself. Time often convinces you that you must earn your dreams, prove yourself worthy, or wait for the perfect moment. But once you understand that creation is already complete, everything changes. You stop chasing, you stop resisting, you simply accept, and that acceptance lifts the veil that once separated you from the life you desired. Relate the habit of counting days, weeks, and months as though they determine your future. Time has no authority over what has already been completed in consciousness. Step fully into the present moment and accept your desire as accomplished. That simple decision allows what has always existed to become visible in your experience. Real assurance is quiet. It does not shout for attention or desperately seek confirmation. It is an inner stability that knows what has been claimed in consciousness must eventually appear in physical form. Living in assurance means refusing to argue with appearances. It means no longer asking whether your desire will happen because within you it already has. When you rest in that certainty, you naturally begin living from the end rather than reaching toward it. The distance between today and tomorrow begins to disappear because your awareness is already dwelling in fulfillment. Confidence is the language of someone who already possesses what they seek. People who truly know something belongs to them do not live in panic or constant worry. They move through life with calmness, balance, and quiet certainty. That peaceful confidence influences your outer world far more than force ever could. You never have to convince anyone. Your inner conviction silently reshapes your experience. Living with assurance does not mean doing nothing. It means taking action from confidence instead of fear. Your choices become natural expressions of the reality you have already accepted. You are no longer acting to make something happen. You are simply behaving like the version of yourself for whom it is already true. Tomorrow is nothing more than an extension of the state you occupy today. If your present is filled with fear, tomorrow will reflect that same fear. If your present is filled with confidence, tomorrow will echo that confidence. Your inner state today is the blueprint for everything that follows. Think about someone who already knows good news is on the way. They are not pacing the floor in anxiety. They continue with their day peacefully because in their heart, the outcome is already settled. They do not need the phone call or the letter to create confidence. Their confidence exists first and the evidence follows naturally. This is the quiet power of assurance. It creates an invisible field that tells life exactly who you believe yourself to be. Without speaking a word, your inner state communicates what you already possess, and reality faithfully reflects that belief. Fill this day with calm confidence. Do not push your fulfillment into some imaginary future. Bring it into this moment by thinking, feeling, and living as though it has already happened. Rest in the certainty that it is finished. Then allow your actions to flow naturally from that knowing. In that union of peaceful confidence and inspired action, time loses its hold, and what once seemed distant begins appearing now. The truth has always been simple. Everything you seek already exists. It is waiting only for your acceptance. Imagination plants the seed. Relaxation removes resistance. Expectation puts faith into motion. Trust allows the process to unfold without struggle. Understanding that creation is already complete frees you from the illusion of waiting, while quiet assurance anchors your future into the present. When these principles become the way you live each day, you stop chasing and start receiving. You no longer see yourself as someone searching for fulfillment. You recognize yourself as the one who already possesses it. Stand firmly in that certainty. Rest in the fulfilled state. Let your confidence remain steady and allow life to reveal what has already been accepted within you. There is nothing left to force, nothing left to chase. Relax, trust, expect. Know that it is already done. Thank you for listening to The Neville Code.